We like old adverts.
Welcome back to We Like Old Adverts, the channel that finds you the weirdest, funniest, best, and frankly, worst adverts the internet and the world has got to offer. I'm joined as always by Joe and Conaldini, and our guest today is the YouTuber and general legend, JaackMaate. Jack.
Oh, what an intro, general legend. I'll take that. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
Very well, thank you, mate.
A little wheel in the background.
Yeah, little Will. I feel like a proper YouTuber these days. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. Oh, I should have turned this round, actually. That would have got you some views. Actually, I'm going to do it, but you have to... I didn't actually think you'd be seeing the lower part of me, so I am wearing some short shorts, but bear with me.
Oh, mate,
this will get you some views, boys.
Look at this.
Hello.
Hey,
There he is.
Nice.
Look
Right,
at
I can't
him.
hear you right now. Hang on. Right, so
Oh,
you've
nice.
got KSI on the channel, so that'll get
Yeah.
you. That'll get you to that
Oh,
loop between
nice.
1,000 subs.
We'll count that. I'm sure he'll be delighted with that as well.
I'll tell you what, when I come in my room, I sometimes forget that's there and I have a heart attack.
You want a boxing match against him, mate? Come on. That's what we're all doing these days.
That's
Yeah,
the only version of him that I'd have a chance against, I'll tell you that.
So, Jack, we've tasked you with bringing us an advert that you like, and the brief on that is pretty loose. So, do you want to sort of take us through why you've chosen the advert that you've brought along?
Yeah, so there's only sort of one advert that I could choose. And as a West Ham fan, growing up, I was a massive, massive fan of Paolo Di Canio. Now, we've done podcasts before, Jim, and I've made it very clear that I'm a fan of him on the field. Only on the field.
Complicated character.
Yeah, questionable views on things. But so I've gone for, and I think it's an Imperial leather advert, where he's in a lovely pair of pants.
He is. So, yeah, I mean, if you don't know who Paolo Di Canio is, if you're not familiar with football, he was like a volcano, wasn't he? It was like an Italian volcano running around the pitch. It was a very skillful volcano, but it was terrifying. He got sent off for pushing over a referee once, which was hilarious.
No, he'd already been sent off, and then in anger, he pushed over the ref.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, his logic was, well, he can't.
You've already got a 3-match ban, fella.
Make it 30.
It was amazing. But yeah, let's have a look.
Sweet.
Referee a piece of his mind, and he's off. Di Canio's been sent off. It's another early bar for the Italian.
Scusi, you don't mind if I...
Where will your bath time take you? New bath time from Imperial Leather.
Classic.
Saucy as well. Incredibly saucy. Because my favourite thing about that, if I may dive in, is how obviously she's listening to the radio, which is what makes her think of this. But effectively, we're looking. What that advert is a little window between her thinking about Paolo Di Canio, then deciding to masturbate. Plotting out the first bit there.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was like a late night version that's a bit more racy.
I love that in her fantasy, he's walking over to the bath. He's obviously pretty much naked, and he's about to take his pants off, but he's still got his socks and shin pads on. Like they don't make any nod to him taking them off.
It's like, where will your bath time take you? How about into the arms of a fascist?
I also think anyone who's ever seen Paolo Di Canio get sent off knows that he would not be that calm. Need a very soothing
push her over and get a further ban.
And is a player getting sent off something that you should be getting excited about, like in that way? Like,
well, yeah, because he's a bad boy.
Cantona,
He's a bad boy, isn't he? Everyone loves a bad boy.
How can we translate? The guy's making the advert. How can we translate that he's Italian? Well, let's say he's Italian. Let's have him saying "scusi" when he walks in. Let's have him playing opera, the song "La Donna è mobile," which means women are fickle. True. They might as well just have him playing a mandolin on a scooter whilst defending loads. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Give him a Mario tash.
That was his, wasn't it, Jack? That was the West Ham fans chant for him, obviously.
Yeah, it was.
I love that.
Yeah. But then, that's how stupid I am. Because when I then watched that advert, I didn't even make the connection. I did just think they were just putting the most Italian piece of music in it that they could. But no, he's absolutely them pants as well. Like, do footballers still wear them pants?
Yeah, they're sort of like sport pants. But I don't know what difference does that make. It's like a jock strap almost, isn't it?
Yeah. Just not sexy at all, really.
Yeah, just make sure you don't strain your penis while you're running around. It's weird.
And whenever I think about that advert, that's all I remember. I just remember Di Canio's penis.
Yeah.
That's all I can remember. Oh, do you remember that
right, we're putting that in the trailer,
penis?
guys, okay?
That's why I picked it. It's
I mean, I'm not knocking it. I quite liked it.
Imagine how many takes they must have had to do to get him that calm. Because he acts really well. I've never seen him that relaxed, even in a press conference. Even after a win, after a draw, after a loss, when he was a manager, he was always just on the verge of erupting.
They can't stop me.
And that's the only evidence I've ever seen of him being calm. It's not the only advert he's done as well, Jack. Have you seen the other one he did?
No, I haven't.
One for like, it was like a sort of like kind of roll-on deodorant where it's a guy and his girlfriend in their bedroom, and she asks, "Oh, sometimes, you know, I think actually like you prefer football to me, do you?" And then there's a little daydream about him and Paolo Di Canio hanging out. But Paolo Di Canio is, you know, like those little football bobbleheads. A tiny version of him with a massive head. It's great.
Look,
so apparently,
that's weird you say that.
No way. Hello, mate.
Eric, you've got your own.
I need to get one with him just in the pants from the advert, don't I, really?
You know, the most unrealistic thing I think about this entire advert is, so she's sitting there relaxing, long day, nice relaxing bath, Imperial leather, listening to the West Ham game. That's not relaxing. That's something that makes you need a relaxing bath, listening to West Ham.
Not even
Sorry,
a West Ham
Jack,
game.
but, you know, I support Bradford City. I feel your pain.
Yeah.
But
It's not just a West Ham game, though. It's got Di Canio in it, so it's like the most volcanic ones of all time.
Yeah.
Like the least relaxing West Ham game ever.
That was when we were most EDL.
We picked this one out especially for you, Jack. He's a man that's inspired a lot of YouTubers. So let's just dive straight in.
Oh.
Do you remember who you were before the world told you who you should be? When I was a kid, I never fit in. I knew I wasn't destined to follow the crowd. I craved adventure, success, and happiness. See, my ideas were big, but my reality was small. And yeah, people would call me crazy. But who's the crazy one? He who thinks that he can, or he who never tried? So I tried, and tried, and tried again. And this became my truth. My failures made me smarter. My shortcomings made me stronger. And if I am the prototype, you are the product. Because we are living proof that the only thing that can stop you is you. So don't.
Wow, I've never seen that.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling really inspired.
Yeah, I want to go for a jog now.
Yeah, just go and be anything I want, you know?
When he was talking about like trying, I was like, is he going to mention the thing that he did with the guy and then I think the only kind of nod to it that he gave was my failures make me bigger or something like that. It's just
what failures were you having before you did that, man?
Yeah, it's like I failed my GCSEs. That's like the top thing. Like I never filmed a dead bloke in a forest. Like that's
and
pretty...
I don't think you've ever tricked any women into kissing your dad, as far as I know.
Well, that was actually his brother, though. That was actually his brother. But they're from the same cloth, so I think you can paint them with the same brush. But no, it's very, very wanky. There's your monetization gone, just like that, before you even started.
Worth it. I mean, to be fair to Logan Paul, right? His videos have got a crazy amount of views, like absolutely crazy amount of views. But the thing that's never spoken about that is that so many of those views are actually made up of ISIS recruiters demonstrating the terrible ways in which Westerners behave. It's like so much of it is just that. Look at these pigs. He's filming. Can you believe this? It makes you question the West, doesn't it? You think, can we possibly be the good guys? Can
Did you ever see when he was on like the redemption arc after the whole Suicide Forest thing, and he did this apology video and said that he never took death too seriously and stuff because he'd never experienced it firsthand. And then in his next couple of vlogs, he was just tasering a rat. Just like, do you not learn anything from the whole thing? So it's still moving.
But as you heard, Jack, he's learned from all his mistakes to be the person he is today.
Maybe he was trying to undo the rat's death. It's like, come on, I believe in you. In like ER, works, right?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually, Jim. It's a good point. You should be on his PR team because that is an incredible.
I love there's a bit in that advert where he's up a mountain, like looking contemplative. And it's like the director's gone, right, just to be safe, let's get a shot of Logan thinking, because I'm worried there's a danger that people won't realise he can think. Let's like get like a, because he's got a sort of robot quality to him, isn't he? He's like this, like protein shake reared kind of creature.
One of the first things I ever saw of Logan was he was doing an advert for these glasses. Did you ever see it? That was apparently
colourblind one.
Yeah, apparently they cured colourblindness, and he was on the top of like, I think it was the Griffith Observatory in LA, and he was like looking out, and he was like, and making out it was the first time he'd ever seen colours. And then somebody just showed a clip of his video from 2 months before, where he was looking at this painting of this parrot, and he was going, "Oh, look at all the reds, and you've got yellow and blue."
Like a goldfish. You know what I mean? It's like he forgets the things he's already shown to the world.
Yeah, it's insane, really. It's insane.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned there the mountain there, and what a bit I liked about that is I'm not going to take advice from anyone who jumps off a mountain. That's basic. Don't jump off mountains. They're really high up and they're made of like sharp rocks. Logan, just let you.
Yeah, what does he do? Because he sort of jumps up and over, doesn't he, at the end? So
he jumps off of it, and then the logo jumps off of his hoodie and flies off. So presumably he dies. But the logo's fine.
That's how much he believes in this brand. Do you guys remember who you were before the world told you what you should be? Tell you what, Logan Paul, tell me what that means, and I'll get back to you if I remember or not. Without a clue. That's left me baffled.
See, that is the thing I find really distasteful about this video, the way he's trying to position himself as a sort of outsider, where he says, when I was a kid, I never fit in. But like, he was a wrestler and
he was a linebacker.
The football team.
In American football, he was a... I know very little about American culture, but I know enough to know that people in the American football team are usually quite popular, I found.
And even if that's not the case, right? Even if that's us making a judgment about something we don't understand, to position your success when you're in a position like that, as if you're some sort of like Catcher in the Rye, Holden Caulfield style figure, seeing the bigger picture because you look in from the outside. It's for me the ultimate ironic expression of privilege, because he's not that figure. He's absolutely not that figure at all. And he's trying to claim he is and appeal to people. You know, I think one of the lines in it is like, I saw him talk about how all he ever wanted was to be like, what is it, like happy and successful, and it's like everyone wants that. That doesn't make you some sort of like, you know, maverick thinker. How dare
he is a maverick.
When people go for like, when people fall in love with like the underdog, or people that have like overcome like big obstacles in their life, it's usually like things that were out of their control, like maybe like a professional athlete, like his mum and dad were heroin addicts or something, but he overcome that and he became an athlete. It's like, you doing a terrible thing and then still being successful doesn't mean that you've overcome any kind of...
Absolutely, right?
If your
hardship is the consequences of your own actions, but not in a position to be, you know, telling people that you're some kind of deep, mysterious outsider.
No, it's mad. And I've never been a fan of the name of the clothing as well, Maverick clothing. Like, that's a bit, you may as well call it like legend attire or something like that. It's totally. So bizarre.
It's a funny one, Matt, because I quickly Googled what the definition of Maverick is, and it's an unorthodox independent thinker. But then on the other hand, it's an unbranded calf or yearling as a cow. So it could be either. I don't know why he's got a goose or whatever it is.
It's amazing. No, actually, he's such a maverick that he had to call it Maverick by Logan Paul because there's already a clothing label called Maverick Apparel. So you're such an original that.
Oh God, the irony in that.
Yeah. Be yourself, just like me.
Is there any more patronizing line? And at the end he says, if I am the prototype, you are the product. Thanks, Logan. Because that to me looks like the world telling me what I'm supposed to be. So thanks again.
Yeah, it cancels each other out.
As a sort of young blonde YouTuber, do you look up to him, Jack?
Oh God, I look up to him purely because he's naturally blonde, and I have to get mine out of a peroxide can. But no, definitely not. I look up more to him than Logan Paul. I think KSI is a good example of somebody that's mastered it through only the right means, really. I mean, he's got a slightly questionable past. He used to do a thing called the rape face on his FIFA videos. But I mean, we're all a kid once.
I think that's it, isn't it? I think KSI has been very impressive in actually turning that stuff around and owning it. And
yeah, for sure, yeah.
Owning it in a way where he's not trying to effectively monetize it. Which is what Logan Paul repeatedly does.
Yeah, and I think what I like about KSI over Logan is KSI doesn't run around going, you should be inspired by this. I'm inspiring you right now. So as soon as you have to say to someone, I'm inspiring you, it kind of takes away that kind of element.
You imagine him out on a jog. You, look at this. I'm so inspiring right now. Yeah. Horrible.
It's only Americans that seem to act like that, isn't it? Like you couldn't get British people doing it.
No, not at all. Like affirmative heckles. It's so
in a Brummie accent. I'm inspiring, but yeah.
It's a funny one though because we're laughing, but all I want to do now is chop some wood and have an ice bath afterwards because it looks really good fun, doesn't it? Him and all his gang or whatever he were with.
Yeah, let's sit up a mountain and have a think.
Yeah, that looks like a really boring day out.
Oh.
Do you want to go to a wasteland with me? No.
Yeah. Oh, come to the wasteland with me and my mates who never smile.
There's loads of rusty nails round back of here. You want to get on it?
All wearing hoodies in like the desert sun. Brilliant. This is horrible.
I want to have my name on it.
It's amazing, isn't it? I want to be a designer now. So I'm going to make a hoodie and it's going to be black with just a logo on it. Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
That's some Maverick thinking.
He actually thinks he's designed them in all other colours, but because he's colourblind, he hasn't got a clue. He thinks he's got a whole range.
He's invented new colours.
Yeah.
Right, enough of him. Let's go on to our last video. Now, this is one that we've kind of we've been holding back for a little while because we love it so much, and it's from a brilliant little sort of subsection of a particular type of American video, and you'll recognise it straight away. So let's have a look.
Hello, is this 1976 Psych? I was in the dark until I called 1976 Psych. Now I know my past, present, and my future. You can too. Call 1976 Psych.
That's it.
What? Did you say I would recognise that?
Just the type. Oh, don't you know? Can't you tell your own future? Yeah, I just mean the type of adverts, those insane American kind of 1-900 adverts. Maybe not. Maybe they're not as well known as I thought. Obviously, we spend a lot of time watching old adverts because we're really weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a psychic phone line.
Oh God, that's terrible. Well, I'm actually doing a video right now about clairvoyance, so it's like in a similar thing to that. It's nice. Like it's insane, isn't it? Last time I was in America, I turned on one of those commercial channels where they like it's some of the stuff that they try and tell you. Like, you've seen the ones where it's like, have you got cancer? Call up this doctor today. It's like, and you'll instantly be. It's mad that they get away with it.
How is it legal? That stuff. Yeah. How is it legal? Like this advert's brilliant because he says, I called up 1976 Psych or whatever it was and said, and now I know my past, my present, and my future. It's like only one of those is really impressive. It's the one I don't really believe.
Yeah.
If anything, I don't want the other two. Yeah. I ain't called up for $2 for the first minute and 95 cents for the following minutes after that to learn about what I've already done. I know that stuff.
Yeah.
I've already done it.
I know my wood paneling's rank. Yeah, I know I'm gullible as hell. I don't need to know it. Something though is someone who is in the past is his barber, who was very specifically in 1987, which is like sweet, I suppose. Maybe that's not right for a bald man to be criticising it.
I wonder how specific they talk to you about your futures as well, or is it just like you'll get married, or do you think it's like you'll develop a rash next Tuesday? Like, I want to know the specifics of it.
I remember reading a horoscope in a newspaper once. Just my dad used to read The Sun, so I'd be laying around in the house often, so I'd just read it and it would annoy me every day.
Like Jim's ashes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Past.
It was either Justin Toper or Mystic Meg or one of those. And I swear sometimes they do have a laugh at that sort of thing, because one of the star signs, one of the predictions just said, "You will join a cult." Wow. They just put that in there to see, to see what people say, to test the boundaries of how much they can get away with.
Even they don't think that people are reading it.
No, absolutely not.
Anything. And did you see recently that, I don't know if if it was just clickbait, but apparently they've added a new star sign.
They've changed all the zodiac signs.
Yeah.
We're all different. Did all of us feel that we'd changed personality recently? Yeah,
it's interesting to me because I don't actually have a star sign.
No, me neither. Yeah.
Nobody does. So I find it interesting they've sort of shoehorned a 13th one in there. It's all very bizarre. I think, people just like to latch on to believing in weird things in a way that makes them special. Just know, but I know spooky.
I've got the real knowledge.
Yeah. That advert though, right? The spooky tone of it is so weird because it's meant to be telling you your future, and it's really ominous.
Yeah.
Like it's implying that it's only going to be bad.
Yeah. Or maybe it just tells you that one day you're going to die, and it just says the same thing to everyone. And then that way, it's actually bang on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he says, I was in the dark, in a really dark room. Turn the light on, you idiot.
Yeah.
I also like that he picks up the phone and goes, boop, boop, boop. Goes, is this 1976 Psych? No, because you only dialed 3 numbers. This is 911. Tell you what, we'll send an ambulance around just in case, all right?
Oh, one of the selling points on the screen at the end is unique conversations.
I bet they are.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Wow.
It's the least I expect if someone's telling me my future.
That's just the bare minimum.
£1 a minute, yeah. What a proper chat. But the wood panelling really makes the advert for me. That bit stood out for me most.
Yeah, he's in a sauna.
He does like in a sauna.
I wouldn't be able to get stuff. I wouldn't be able to get my hands on that like wood effect panelling anymore. It's all tongue and groove these days. You can't get your hands on it for love nor money.
There's another. There's a weird kind of metallic thing. We did a video with Ashens recently where we did a big track advert, and there was a sort of mysterious iron-looking. It almost looked like an indoor like coal shed. And there's another thing. There's another. What the hell is that in the background of this video?
Maybe they're all green screens. They're all Zoom backgrounds.
Yeah.
Class.
The hair was green screen as well. It's just made of shadows, apparently.
Instagram filter.
Fantastic, that hair. It like grew with the shadows. Like it was a mullet this long, and then he moved back and it joined the cushion shadow. Like, down the back of him, like,
that's how long he'd been on the call for.
It's amazing.
Oh. So, thank you very much for joining us, Jack. Obviously, if you've not heard of Jack before, which I imagine is unlikely, given the situation going on here, you can find him. It's JaackMaate. There's more JaackMates all over the internet. He's really good at it. Check out his videos. They're brilliant. So thank you very much, Joe and Connell. If you've enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe on YouTube. Drop us a comment, below. Like us on Facebook, all of that stuff. Follow us around the internet, and we'll see you later. Cheers.
Nice one, guys. Thank you.
Bye.